My name's Michelle Dela Cruz, and I was a corporal in the United States Marine Corps from 1985 to 1990.
What caused or inspired you to enlist or join the military?
Hmm. I kind of wanted some independence. I kind of felt like my parents wouldn't let me go, so that way I had sort of a secure base. I had income, and somebody could feed me, house me. It was and just teach myself how to adult.
What is one thing you wish younger generations better understood about veterans and military life?
That there is a sacrifice to it, that when you sign up that you are uh, there's a dedication and a time constraints. You have a you don't have a choice of where you go when you sign up. Your life is given over to whichever branch you're going into, and they say go, you go, and there's no question. And I think that there's some of that is seems to be a little bit missing. Like there's a lot of personal wants and desires get mixed in with everything, and the military kind of teaches you how that it kind of separates you from that a little bit, so you can see a little better uh, working as a community, working together. Uh, Means having to set aside your personal wants and desires.
What is a lesson you learned in the military that you still live by today?
Oh, the work ethic, definitely. That there's you need to get the job done and just stay focused on that.
What was it like being a woman back then in the military?
I was very fortunate that I was in the IT field, and so they were, uh, for lack of better explanation, they were a little more intelligent. That there, I didn't experience that directly with the people that I worked with. I had a boss that he was very blunt. He said he didn't agree with women being in the Marine Corps. It was taking a position from like if a Marine was injured in combat, that they could move back in and while they were recovering and working in that position. But it was a reality. So he worked within that, and he remains the fairest boss I ever had in my entire life. It was, here's the job, this is what we're going to do, and you know it removed that aspect. It's like, well, I'm a girl. I don't want to break a nail. I'm going to get dirty. It's like that, that was removed from that equation by working for him for 3 years, and I appreciate that from him, because, like I said, he was really, he was honest about his position, but he didn't let that impact how he treated us.
What are your thoughts on AI being integrated into modern warfare?
Modern warfare.
Yeah.
Oh, I have my own problems with AI because I think it limits the thinking anyway. It becomes just it's like Orwellian groupthink. It depends on how you ask the question. I don't know that AI always comes up for me is not the answers that I'm looking for, but I know that it's filtering through what the group is considering. But I think there's some strength in it, because it will maybe open up avenues that maybe aren't seen. But I don't think to rely on it 100% is the smartest option.
Okay.
And to let them, that as long as I think that there needs to be humans making some decisions, because morality is can't be programmed, I don't think.
Last question. If you could give one message to our generation of Americans about anything, what would it be?
To remember that freedom isn't free, that there's been a lot of costs paid for this, for the freedoms to be able to say and do and protest and everything that they're doing, and that to be careful, because they are eroding some of the values that have made this country as strong as it is, to make it the melting pot that it is. They are trying to divide us, and that's not never a good position for any country. So that's we're in danger of losing our what made us so great.